Well, what happens is we have about 700 positions open, and they're open basically for correctional security officers. We had 87 probation parole officers. We filled all those right quick, but we have to fill these positions, and we have a new pay scale, and we have a new brand with the new MDOC, new name, new pay, new day. But anyway, we've trained our folks to be nice, to be congenial, and we have our prison settled down and it's safer. And so we have really good paying jobs. It's for good career people to come on, and we don't require a high school diploma, but yet we have a premium pay for college degrees. So we have a job that fits everybody. Somebody with a little patience, somebody with a level head, and somebody for a lot of passion to want to help humanity, have less victims of violent crime, and to change people's lives for the good. People with a moral foundation that's stable, good people, men or women, we don't care. We offer about 4 weeks of training, but then we have on-the-job training where we put you in the environment that is perfect for what you're going to be doing, so that we keep you properly trained. And at the same time, we had to retrain and are retraining our present employees about the way we operate, and it should operate, and not the way it has in the past, which makes it a lot better working place for new employees. We're talking about classroom, and what we basically are trying to do is we try to train like a Dale Carnegie course, how to win friends and influence people, how to get people to calm down, how to get people to do what you want. Actually, it could be good for your marriage. But anyway, it's really cool, but also you go to the firing range if you like to shoot the gun. You get training in how to shoot the gun, what kind of gun, and so forth. Not that you would ever have to do that, but it's just something we do. Then we have jobs that people really like. Some of them are what we call canine, and they would work, a narcotics dog that can sniff out drugs or bombs or marijuana or what have you. That's a good job. That some people like the animals. They like that job. We have jobs on the farm. We have jobs, in the office. We have jobs to prepare food. And all these jobs are correctional officer jobs. So the pay is really significant. And the new pay, if you have no education, is $30,347 to start. And in 6 months, you automatically go to almost $32,000, $31,800 in 6 months. And the ones with experience start at $31,800, and the ones with college degrees start at $33,300. And that's just the base salary. You still get another $10,000 worth of health insurance and retirement benefit added onto that. So that puts this job's worth into $40,000. And then you have security, because we're going to always have prisons. You're a state employee. You have protection from the personnel board. This is a good career job, and it's not dangerous. People are worried about, the prison's out of control. In 8 months, we have really settled it now. We're whipping the gangs out of them, and we're getting the thing worked out really well, and they're going to be safe, and it's a good place to work. If it was you, I would put you in CID. That's the Criminal Investigation Division, because you're curious, you like that kind of stuff, you have the demeanor for it, you look right for it, you're smart enough to ask the right question and try to help us control any evil or any undoing or wrongdoing within our department. So we have jobs like that that's really good. Investigative jobs that actually have law enforcement ability and so forth. And then we have the correctional officers that work the front gate. And so they like that. You like to meet people, you like to see people, you search the cars coming and going. And so that's a good job. And then you have the ones that rove around the farm to be sure to look for people that's coming on, trespassers. And then you have the ones that work inside. And then you have the ones working maintenance. We really need maintenance people. We're paying maintenance people right at $33,000 if they just general maintenance, can just work on, anything, work on walls, put up sheetrock and things like that. So we hire those kind of people. Then we want people that can manage inmates, crews. We need teachers. We need people that can manage the inmates to teach them to be better people, to teach moral rehabilitation. And so we also have religion, and that's good. Only way to change Mississippi Department of Corrections is with morality and more of it. And we need moral people to work for us, not crooks and thieves. We don't want those. We want to put them in jail. We want moral people to lead these guys out of darkness and lead them into being productive citizens. And that's the environment that we have now. Absolutely not, because if you want to get into law enforcement, this is a really good place, to start, because you're going to get experience in law enforcement, but it's a different enforcement. It's not running the streets and chasing the criminals with the guns and so forth. but it's correcting and being with the people who have already done that. And so therefore there's a lot to learn from them, because you don't just guard them, you talk to them and you visit with them and you speak to them, and they have lives too, and they have families too, and they have children too. So we want somebody who can interact with them and be civil and talk back and forth, because that in itself is helping to rehabilitate them, because they're talking to normal people. Many of them never had a father. So a male working there really can evolve into a father figure and have a great impact on their lives. And so that's really important. This is an important job. This is a people job. This is a job, if you want to help, this is where you go. You also help by being moral and doing the right thing and being respected by them, and you respect and they respect you. So it's a good job. It's a contributing job to society. An inmate might say, would you mail this letter to my mama? And here's her address and here's the letter. And you take the letter and go mail it. We're going to teach you not to do that. We're going to teach you not to bring anything to him. He's going to say, I'm having a really hard time. I need this or I need that. I don't have any deodorant. I just need something really bad. And so then you feel sorry for him and you bring the deodorant. Well, that's the kind of thing you can do and fall right into the trap, because then you're obligated and he's got you. So you just have to, we're going to train you over and over, not what to do and what not to do. You don't reject him. You just say, no, you know, I can't do that. Why are you asking me to do something wrong? You know better now. Why don't you straighten up and do right? And smile at him when you say that. Don't say it fussing, say it just talking like you would your kid. And so that's how it is. They evolve into being like teenagers. It's like a bunch of teenagers, because they act like teenagers and little things mean a lot to them, and they're a little bit selfish, a lot selfish. That's why you're a criminal, because you're a taker. You don't share. You got to break that mentality to where you're a giver and not a taker. But you're dealing with a lot of takers, and that's because self-serving. So you want to teach them the opposite of that by not being that way yourself, but then correct them when they get that way, because they will. And that's the change we have. We have really strong chaplain and religious programs to change the morality of these folks, and a really good education program and a really good reentry program. If we have somebody who's proficient at driving a forklift, we need to hire him, because we need to teach inmates how to drive a forklift. We need to teach them how to do all these things. So people with skills and trades, we put in jobs teaching skills and trades. So that's important to us, but yet there's still a correctional officer, because we want them to have that benefit. Wear the uniform. You don't have to worry about what clothes you're going to wear to work. That makes it good. We're going to give it to you. That's good. So a lot of perks in this job. It's a good state job. No, but we really need to step forward here in Mississippi and come on. We have 3 major prisons that's open, and all of them need equally amount of jobs. And so we have jobs, we have work. You don't have to worry about your future if you come on and take one of these jobs. We can interview you today, and we can hire you today, and you're on the payroll tomorrow. You don't have a waiting period. We hire you, you get a check, and a month later you'll be getting paid. We don't have to wait and do all this. We're going to do all the background check or whatever we do while you're working. And so, because we know most people pass all that anyway, that's not really hard to do. So you start immediately. You don't have to wait 2 weeks and get checked out and get a physical, all that. None of that. Come to work.